Bharatiya Janata Party has a stable majority. It has a government at center. Why can't there be an experiment like that, Mr. Singh? And then I'll come to Mr. Dongal and Kipgen. That when Arjun Singh can be sent from Bhopal to Punjab, or a lot of other politicians who were sent from Delhi to Northeast. Why can't that sort of a thing happen? Why can't there be a person who can be in charge of things? Take control.
Or at least who's accepted by both.
Who's accepted by both sides?
In Manipur.
Yes, sir.
So you are saying that somebody from outside Manipur should come and take
No,
charge?
I'm saying that if you recall, sir, that in 1980s, Rajiv Gandhi sent Arjun Singh to Punjab. I'm giving it like a lateral argument. I'm saying that no such experiment, despite such violence and intense division within social communities that have taken place, no such movement has taken place whereby other people, national figures, people who have some sort of acceptability have been deployed. At a very later stage, Hemanta Biswa Sarma was deployed, and I remember the bite he gave at the airport. मैं अभी आया हूँ, चीज़ें समझी हैं मैंने, अभी मैं हर चीज़ का जवाब नहीं दूंगा, समझकर जब मैं दूसरी बार आऊँगा तो दूंगा. And I think he is expected to visit Churachandpur today. That's what wires are reporting, sir. I may be wrong, but that's what is being reported.
No. I think Mr. Hemanta Biswa is a good choice in that case. I think he kind of fits the bill properly because he being himself a chief minister of one of the largest northeastern state, Assam, and he will know better because Assam is a place where everybody in the country. One thing I love about Assam is that whether you are a Punjabi or a UPite or a Maitai or a Kuki or a Naga, you will feel at home in Assam. That is the beauty of Assam. Assam को मैं कहता हूँ हिंदुस्तान का संगम है वो. But इस हिसाब से Mr. Biswas is the right guy. He can do it, and he being the chairperson of NEDA, I think he really is a nice, right person. He should mediate. And like I said, पहले कानून भाई साहब कानून लाइए. उसके बाद everything will fall into place. सब कुछ अपने आप.
जब आप कानून की बात कर रहे हैं, you are talking about the an insurance
rule of law,
a sort of certainty of civic life. That's what you are saying, na? Ki time
See, you have to make sure that nobody takes law into their own hands. Whoever, both sides, and then only you can have CSOs playing the role of peacemakers and bridging people, bridging hearts. Well, without law being enforced, nothing can happen. Law has to be enforced. Simple as that.
We rarely get time with you. So why has poppy cultivation and the drive which Biren Singh had taken out become so socially contested?
It should be. If it is a very good effort because you have to see that somewhere Golden Triangle ke raaste mein aate hain, and that's the data I got is out of 15,000 acres being cultivated, most of the area around almost 13,000 is that area. I'm not blaming them. There could be many other people who are also involved in that. This cannot be only the cookies there or something like that. But there could be many other people in that. So you know how the mixture of drugs and militant is such a potent cocktail, so dangerous. Like Pablo Escobar could take on the whole nation of Colombia. Imagine, so a lot of things like I think Dada has just said that it's not one. There are too many reasons of all these things erupting. So that's why I said simple. एक ही फंडा है, but कानून, rule of law has to be prevalent, and it has to be under any cost. Then only things will fall into place.
Mr. Dongal, I asked this question and again because as a student of sociology, I believe, do you feel that the drive against narco-terrorism by Biren Singh somehow turned into stereotyping of the Kuki community? कि सभी लोग पॉपी कल्टीवेशन करते हैं? Did that happen?
Yes, sir. Certainly, poppy cultivation or otherwise the narco-terrorism and the declaration of Kokumi, the civil society organization of the valley, on narco-terrorism war against the cookies. See, it's a misunderstanding. Like Nishikant has also admitted very well that this is a bandwagon wherein there are a lot of stakeholders. I mean, everyone in the state is a stakeholder. Now you cannot stereotype a particular community, and that was responsible in antagonizing the cookies in particular. And this is a grave mistake from the part of a chief minister, who is a chief minister for everybody, not just for the Métis, not just for the valley people. So, see, this is the sit shown by our honorable chief minister, and I'm very sorry to say, how could the chief minister do that, despite understanding, despite knowing the fact that cookies are not the only one responsible for drugs or otherwise poppy cultivation. See, sir, in addition to this, I like to raise, certain concerns. I very well know in the narratives, the kind of discussion that is ongoing has been shifted to, a lot of, there is a lot of diversion. We see how at the beginning there was ST demand and there was constant change in the narratives. There were poppy cultivators, there was militants, there was illegal immigrants, and now again, of course, we're talking about solution now. But then, who are we to decide on the solution sitting here in our rooms? Obviously, there was a proposal made by you. If Sir, Himanta Biswas can come in and mediate between the cookies and the Métis, or otherwise and come and satiate the problems that is in Manipur. Now, although yes, we welcome the fact that the case of Manipur is different. When I say the case of Manipur is different, we should really, really try and understand and put things to perspective. And I know that many of us sitting here are, to a certain level, aware of the entrenched, kind of enmity or otherwise of hatred and distrust between the communities. Now, if I have to come back to the peace committee that was formed, I don't see any reason in bringing in our fellow Naga brethren who are not involved in the conflict at all. In fact, they've been neutral so far, and in fact, it should have been the cookies and the the Métis representatives, and also in addition to that, as long as we know that our chief minister is who is holding the post of home, he's in control of everything. No amount of paramilitary forces, no amount of of central intervention has taken or made an impact. So this is very, very clear evidence that it is time and it is pregnant. The time is pregnant for the chief minister to give way. In fact, there can be some sort of resemblance of peace, or otherwise it can pave the way for people to come in, stakeholders to come in and discuss about the peace that we urgently need at this moment. And let me reiterate it again. Stereotyping, name calling of a certain community by the chief minister. And you see the progress of these things happened way back in 2017, when a small Facebook post, a comment, against the ruling government, amounts to arrest. See, this is done by students. This is done by young people who are expressing their, frustration against the state. And the chief minister selectively targeted these communities, the cookies in particular, community.
Silent on Mr. Dongle, it's not a TV debate. Generally, I don't stop any of my guests to say that this is not correct, this is not right, but I do expect when you say the word that he is selectively targeting them, I think it needs to be substantiated, because News9 is the only portal, it's the only channel, it's the only platform which has held conversation on Manipur every day from May onwards. This is not the 4th, 14th, 15th or 25th day, perhaps it's the 45th day. And every day both me and Brijesh sit for 1.5 and we decide, because generally national narrative, any news from the northeast becomes a small news. People don't discuss it. But we think here in Delhi that when we talk about the national mainstream, I think we have to understand northeast to understand what India consists of. As Mr. Singh very beautifully pointed out in context of Assam, कि cultures का संगम है. This is going to stay with me. This is going to stay with me, and I'm going to quote him. कि cultures का संगम है तो वो आसामी है. आइए।
सर काटेन साहब, पहली बात तो बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया कि आपका जो न्यूज़ 9 है इसी ने लगातार शुरू से मणिपुर को कवर किया है। हमारी जो हिंदुस्तान की जो मीडिया है हमेशा दिल्ली सेंट्रिक रहा है। और so what I'm trying to say is that thank you for covering. The only silver lining to this
Singh Saab, it is our honor to cover Northeast. It's a privilege. It's a privilege to cover Northeast.
Oh, wait, repeat one second. So what I'm trying to, sorry, I'm very sorry. I thought it was emergency. Probably we'll need it in this debate. So what I was saying is that you have covered it, and in this very unfortunate incident, the silver lining is that we are getting coverage. And hats off to News 9. And I said, I keep seeing you. I don't know your name, but thanks a lot. And yes, right now we are looking for solution. You cannot keep trading charges because this will never end. Ultimately, we all have to, all the stakeholders of the state, there have been infiltrations to a large scale, which I agree, and there will be NRC and there should be NRC, but those who have been Manipuris, the Kuki brothers, Naga brothers, the Maitais, we all have to, अभी फिलहाल जो नरक है इसका स्वर्ग बनाना भाई साहब, प्यार से बनता है स्वर्ग, कोई मतलब खून खराब से कभी स्वर्ग नहीं बनता।
डॉक्टर नहीं, आपने सही बात बोली। डॉक्टर किपगन काफी देर से वेट कर रहे हैं, मैं उनको आखिर में बोलने का जरूर वक्त देना चाहूँ। डॉक्टर किपगन, सिंह साहब ने बोला इस नर्क को स्वर्ग बनाना है। बेसिकली इट हैज टू कम बैक टू नॉर्मल सी। हाउ कैन मणिपुर कम बैक टू अ नॉर्मल स्टेट? डॉक्टर किपगन।
Your voice was breaking. Anyway, you're talking about
how can Manipur normalcy in Manipur can be restored. सिंह साहब ने बोला इस नर्क को अब स्वर्ग बनाना है।
Okay, yeah. See, there needs to be a peace. It has been more than 40 days, and even yesterday there were burning of houses in the cycle subdivision, and even in Churachandpur area there were. Yeah. See, one, to bring normalcy in Manipur, as I have mentioned, the Cookies have lost trust in the present state government. The Council of Ministers and the administration has failed. Thousands of guns still in the hands of the masses. The law and order has failed. So this is why, from the first point, I have been arguing that there should be a precedence rule. Second, as I have mentioned, if the Honorable Prime Minister can visit the state, console the people who are in relief camps, who have been displaced, and also talk to both the communities personally, then that's going to be a very important initiative, because the Home Minister has visited, but even after staying for 3 days in Manipur, the situation is still the same thing, and even it's intensifying as the day goes. So I think, as you have mentioned, Assam Minister's visit is very welcoming. He's a very important figure in the Northeast. That's very welcoming. But for me, direct central intervention is the need of the hour, because looking at the kind of enmity and the trust deficit that has been developing since the last few days, few months. So that's my point. And the next one, the peace committee, as we have mentioned, has failed. So this needs to be reconstituted. So for me, keeping 51 members in the peace committee doesn't make sense. This is because, if I'm not mistaken, they are taking examples from the Naga experience, because there was some important elders figure in the Naga society who were playing a very important role during the Naga insurgencies. But the situation in Manipur is different. It's between different ethnic groups. So for me, there should be a community participation instead of forming a large 51 members committee. For me, if the central government can take confidence of the various civil society organizations from both the sides, that would be a good move, because we need to build the confidence of the people. So for me, the first step they should do in the peace committee, they should constitute, is to take into confidence the various civil society organizations who represent the communities. So for me, the composition of the present peace committee, 51 members, doesn't go in the right direction. So if these things are taken care of, I think there is hope for peace. As I have said, yeah,